Alright folks, I'm gonna make a little video here cutting some of these white pines. Y'all are probably as tired of watching me do it as I am of doing it, but these are a little bigger than what I've been cutting. This is a separate track. It's about 35-40 acres. It's older, more mature than the track over there, the 100-acre track. The windshield's pretty dirty, sorry about that. Keeps raining on and off, hard to keep windshield clean. I turned my camera up to 1080p. It's been at 720p. See how that goes. I've got an Acaso. I don't have a GoPro. I hear everybody complain about the GoPros. Never had one. This Acaso has worked great. Anyhow, the biggest reason I've been doing my videos in 720p because where I live, I can only get DSL out there in the country, and it takes, like, if I make a 15-minute video, a lot of the time I can start downloading it 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and when I leave for work the next morning, it's still uploading. I don't like having to leave the computer active like that, but we'll try it now and see how it goes. Them trees are so tall and hold their size so good, just about every one of them is exploding when it hits the ground. A bit of a plug or a shout out or two, then we'll talk about this head a little bit. New guy here on YouTube, kind of like me. I'm pretty new. Only been doing this about a year. Named Alan McCall. He's got some good videos on if you like stuff like this from smaller operations. ALLEN McCall, like McDonald's McCall. Another good one's MSL Logan Junior McMahon. Got good videos. Of course, Stump Jumper. Great videos. Matt's Sweet up New Hampshire. Matt's got one of the big Timber Road beasts of a cutter. Like to watch it. Thing will get her done. For those that don't know, this is the Ryan's DS3550 head. It's their biggest head. It's designed for a machine 20 tons plus. 55 gallon per minute hydraulic flow or more. This head, they make a 28 head, which is a little smaller, and we could have probably got by with it, but we were worried about long term on this machine because this is a 210X3 link belt. It's a 50,000 pound machine with nothing on it. 49,000 and some odd pounds, and I think we added 8,000 pounds of steel protection to it, and this head weighs about 5,000 pounds. And we put these severe service single browser pads on it. You put it all together, you're probably talking 65,000 pounds. So figure prizing on it and poking and pulling and everything over the years. We just thought this heavier duty head would be the way to go because it only cost $15,000 more than the smaller one. And in the long term, that ain't much if it helps it to hold up. We looked at the Ryans. We looked at CSI. We looked at the Warthog. We looked at a Satco. We went with the Ryans. We almost went with the Satco, but it was like a one-shot deal. You know, they're out of New Zealand, but there just happened to be a brand new one here close by, and it actually got bought before we made a decision. The Warthog, I'm sure, is a great head. One thing we didn't like, or the two big things we didn't like about the Warthog, is you actually have to put a sleeve on your boom. So your excavator then pretty much is not going to dig again, in other words. Or it's going to be a major ordeal if you get that sleeve off the boom. That's just how they mount. That's their system. That's fine if you're 100% sure you never want to dig with it again. This one here can go back to a bucket in about 2 hours, and it don't even have any quick connect on it. You can put these on with quick connect, but you lose 12 or 14 inches of lift with it. That's one of the biggest downfalls of using an excavator for this, is you don't have a lot of lift. But once you learn to use it, it's alright. It'll give you a fit at first. Just look this out of the way. Another thing, big thing we didn't like about the Warthog, it required an onboard computer to run it, and why I think it would need an onboard computer no matter how fancy the machine is. I don't know. This head, everything about it is in it. All the valves that operate a valve body is inside that head. So this machine is in like hammer mode with auxiliary hydraulics always running, and basically the only thing in the excavator itself is the controls that control it. CSI is probably a great head. Woo. Thank goodness for that 1/2 inch sheet of lick sand on top of this thing. I can see out through it. Got a 1/2 inch sheet of scratch resistant lick sand. Actually, it might be 3/4. All I know is I've seen some big stuff hit it and nothing's came through it. But CSI head. A good head. The biggest fault we had with them is they didn't do near as neat of a job routing their hydraulics and hoses and stuff as Ryan's did. And their hoses are really exposed. I know a couple people personally that's got them, and they like them, but that's what they say. They say you better carry several hoses with you while you're cutting, because you're going to tear them off. This Ryan's been running it about 16 months now, and I've not changed a hose on it. And the last job before we come over here and all this set out fine was actually a pretty rough mountain job that I was pushing this thing's limits every time I used it. because of this setup around here is expense. I mean, take an 855 Tiger Cat or something like that with a dangle head on it. It won't do anything this won't do. It's a little bigger and heavier. Might handle a bigger tree a little better. But stuff like this, like we cut most of the time, it's not going to do one thing better. And you can, I mean, you could do this setup right here, brand spanking new, for about $350,000. And for example, the Tiger Cat machine I was just talking about, you're probably talking $600,000. So huge difference. And right there, you know, that right there is a 22, 24 inch tree. And as you can see, single pass. No problem handling it. I mean, your big advantage with a factory built cutting machine is you are going to have a heavy duty undercarriage. There's nothing wrong with this if you don't abuse it. Take care of it. And yeah, those factory built machines, they are heavier, bigger. Your protection is integrated in them. It's all built in. That is a good thing. I mean, this thing's aggravating to get in and out of because it's got 2 layers. Basically, it's got the factory excavator tab, which is no good for protecting you out in the woods, and then we built the other shell around it. Bit of a pain to get in and out of, and I'm sure it's not safe at the end of the day, but it's a hell of a lot safer than a chainsaw. And today we're kind of slow paced. I only have one grapple skidder over here, and it's not down, but it's got a glitch. So we're cable logging right now. Our weekend's on Wednesday, trying to finish the week out before we take time to work on that grapple skidder, get it back going. Headgum stumps square and this set out behind it. You can't move without being on a stump. That's why I'm messing with these trees so much, so the man with chokers in his hands get hooked to them easily and double some of them up and all. I don't know where he's at, he must have got lost. Anyhow, I'm gonna probably have to hand cut a couple here after a while. I'll try to get some video of that. Run my mouth a little bit in this one. I'm not crazy about talking in my videos. I did today. Made a little bit of a mess right there. One of them big pines got away from me and hit one of them buffer trees. Hickory. Tore it up. Anyhow, I'll catch you on the next one.